Hello. So today I'm going to do an album review because I thought, why not? And so someone recommended to me that I review Currents by Tame Impala. So if you're not sure about Tame Impala or who they are, they're sort of like a psychedelic rock band is what I would describe, and they have quite strong bass throughout a lot of their songs and also a lot of synthesizer as well. So I actually have Currents on vinyl, believe it or not. So I thought, considering someone recommended it, it would be a good album for me to review first. So, with regards to Currents, the first song, Let It Happen, is about 7.5 minutes, I believe. It's really quite good, actually. There's a lot of depth. The bass is very strong. It transitions a few times quite well throughout. And I think, all in all, it's probably the best song on the album. I would say the level of depth and complexity is certainly more than any of the other songs. After that, you've got Nangs, which I quite like. I think it's very bizarre, Nangs. Uh, it's the type of song where I'd imagine it would be the musical representation of being on LSD or something like that. I don't know what that would be like because I've never done it, but it's how I'd imagine it would be like. Very twisted but somewhat enjoyable. After that, you've got The Moment, which I think is probably the worst song on the album so far, but it's still a good song. I don't think it's a bad song at all, but it's certainly less memorable than the first two, and there is a bit of layers throughout, and vocal echoes, which is a real theme of Tame Impala in general. Part of the way they have this psychedelic effect is the vocals will echo. So rather than it being sharp vocals, they'll sort of echo out. And I think that's part of their style. And that really shows in The Moment. After that, you've got Yes, I'm Changing, which is more ambient and quite relaxing. The other ones sort of have a stronger bass. But this one is less so, and probably the least ambitious of the 4 songs so far. I would say it's stripped back and it doesn't offer as much as, for example, Let It Happen, which is very complex musically. After that, you've got Eventuality, which is more of the same. I would say Eventuality is somewhat forgettable, but still a decent song. It doesn't offer too much in terms of what you've already heard on the album. After that, you've got Gossip, which is, I believe, about 55 seconds. And Gossip is a good song, but it feels somewhat random, like it's misplaced. Almost like it belongs in a 4 or 5 minute song, but Tame Impala just couldn't fit it in a 4 or 5 minute song, so they just stuck it there. And yeah, it's good, but it feels random. It does feel random. So yeah, Gossip is enjoyable, but it feels like it doesn't belong almost. Then you've got The Less I Know The Better, which is probably the second best song on the album after Let It Happen. It might be the most well-known song on the album as well. And I would say it's got, again, a strong bass. The chorus is quite strong as well. And it follows the theme of the album. A lot of the songs, I'd say apart from the last song, follow very closely with the psychedelic rock theme of the album. and I would say they do that well, almost too well. There isn't a whole lot of mixture and variety. It feels very, very like it's everything on there belongs in the same album, which towards the end of the album makes the latter songs a little bit forgettable, providing that you listen to the songs in order. So after that, you've got Past Life, Disciplines, and then 'Cause I'm a Man. And I would say Past Life and Disciplines are both somewhat forgettable, although they are enjoyable. And there's a lot of synthesizer in both of them, and high pitched vocals as well, which is another theme. There is a lot of quite high pitch echoing vocals. 'Cause I'm a Man is a good song. I think it's a good song. Compared to Past Life and Disciples, I think 'Cause I'm a Man is better than both of them. But I do think Past Life and Disciples are some of the weaker songs. And 'Cause I'm a Man also has a quite strong chorus where it goes, 'Cause I'm a man, a woman, and you got this really nice bass after that. And I think that segment, there's about a 10-second segment that you'll hear several times throughout the song. Very enjoyable, but the verses don't offer too much. So the chorus of 'Cause I'm a Man is really quite strong. After that, you've got Reality Emotion and then Love/Paranoia, which I think are both just decent to good. I don't think they offer all that much. They're just okay. I think they're okay. And again, this is when I say towards the end of the album, the themes sort of become similar to a point of forgettability. Yeah, by this point, I think Love and Paranoia, for example, doesn't offer anything that I haven't already heard on the album, which is a little bit disappointing. And the last song is New Person, Same Old Mistakes, which is good. I think it's enjoyable, but again, it's a 6-minute song, I believe, and throughout the 6 minutes, there isn't really a catchy chorus. There isn't really anything that I can say impressed me, but it was a decent song. All in all, I'd say for Currents, I would probably rate this album a 7.25, let's say. I think it's too inconsistent. The Less I Know, the Better and Let It Happen are clearly the best songs in my opinion, and I think a lot of the rest of the album is just good. And so because of that, I can't really rate it above a mid 7. And I think a low 7, like a 7.25, is about right. It's still one of the best psychedelic albums I've heard though, but that's mostly because there aren't very many psychedelic albums around. Tame Impala are probably the only big band, let's say, that really dive into the psychedelic genre in recent years. And I think Currents for sure is a good album, but those two songs that I've mentioned are for sure the best. And yeah, 7.25. Let me know what your thoughts are on this album review. Do you have any other recommendations? Comment. Tell me what they are if you want me to review another album. Tell me what you thought of my opinion. Did you disagree? Do you think my assessment is fair or wrong? And give this video a like. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.